Simu. Where do you think you're going? Yeah. There we go. You're feeling better. Let's just check you out. I'm just checking your prayer. I'm just checking you out still. You're good. You can run around in a little bit. Come on, shoulder dog. There we go. Hey, Moose, come fetch. Go get it. Go, go get it. Go get it. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Go. Oh, so I'm quite upset today. I got a story involving Moose. This little shit, this little harmless little thing, right, Moose? The headless dog. Watch this. Moose. Moose. Go, okay. Look at the camera, Moose. Then you call her name. Moose. How you doing? She's a good pup. But I'm outside letting her run around for a bit in the woods. Get some of that puppy energy out. But I got a story involving her today. Didn't happen that long ago either, like maybe 20 minutes ago. Blood's gone. I washed her up after it, cleaned her up. But she got attacked. No real damage, just a little cut on the neck, but I'll be doing some cooking videos soon. I've got a few I'm actually editing up to do cooking videos. I just feel like doing a live stream right now. Kind of pissed off. Okay, more than a little bit angry. So my dog is crazy right now. She's out of her mind. She's a puppy. She knows her boundaries. She knows her recall. She's a good dog. She disappears in the tall grass, plays. I feel confident having her out here without a leash. She's a good dog. Well, there's another person up here who's decided that his dog should be off leash all the time. He doesn't have control over these animals. Not at all. This dog does not leave the boundaries of her zone. She knows the zones. We've walked the zones. She knows not to leave it. And when I come, she comes every time. When I call, she comes every single time, no exceptions. I got a grouse earlier. My dog got hurt. So this guy up the hill comes down here quite often, and he's got these two very large pit bulls. They're uncontrolled. They do not listen to him, and they're aggressive. Hey, Smug. Hey, X-Files. So, again, my dog's under control. She never goes out of eyesight. Right, Moosey Moo, come here. She'll be back in a second, but I let her go, run in the woods, run here. She doesn't leave the property. This guy has got it in his head that he can do the same thing with his dogs because they're good dogs. His dogs aren't trained, not like my dog. Those things are aggressive. You know when an aggressive dog approaches a person and their back is like all stuck up in the air and they're ready to attack? Well, he's got two pit bulls like that. He came down in his truck today, let his dogs run loose. And what is the first thing they do? They see another dog. My dog sees two big dogs approaching, so she gets there and she does her little bark because she's protective over me. She wants to protect me because she loves me and I love her too. And she barks, and of course, his aggressive dog is going to be aggressive. He comes run over to my little fur ball that couldn't even hurt a fly, and he attacks her. He got her by the neck, and you know the thing that dogs do when they grab their prey and they just shake it to death. He did that with my dog. Of course, what do? I run over there, I grab the dog by its neck, rip it off my dog, and I throw it to the ground, holding it down as hard as I can, like this, right to the ground, not letting it move. And he's trying to bite me, and I'm holding it down. You can hear her start to cry because I'm holding him, off of my dog, and there's my dog crying because she just got semi-shook. She's fine. There was a little bit of blood. One thing, she's already gone up to see my friend up the street, who's a vet. No damage or anything, but the size of a little cut. And I held that dog down there. And you know what the guy with the dog had the audacity to say? Maybe you should keep your dog on a leash. You just let your dog out of the truck onto somebody else's land, on somebody else's lot, and your dog attacked my dog. And you're mad at me for separating your dog off of my small dog, your dog's a big dog, holding it there, getting your dog off of my dog there, and not letting it fucking kill my dog. And you have the audacity to say, my dog should be on a leash. You should be down here letting your dogs roam free. I said that, but not so nicely. Mosey Moo! Come here, Mose! Good girl. Just needed to see you. Oh, yeah, no, he tried to yell at me that I hurt his dog. He's lucky I didn't kill his dog. If I wasn't right there, because sometimes I'll let Moose go out the front door by herself when I'm inside. She'll run around by herself, pop her head in every 10 minutes and tell me she's okay. If I wasn't out there when that happened, his dog would have grabbed my dog and shook her to death. And see, that's how good her recall is. She came running to my arms every time. She's such a good girl. She's such a good girl. A happy girl, too. One thing I like about her is you hold her like this, and you call her name. Watch her face. Moose. Moose. How you doing? You're a good girl. You okay? You can go back for a run. Go play. Go play. But this is what we do. Like, she is very well. She doesn't have like extensive training. She doesn't got like. She has her sit, and her come, and her stay. That's all I wanted to train her. I don't want her to be, jumping through hoops. I want her to be a dog. She's allowed anywhere on my lot that she wants to go, and even the neighbors let her come over and visit. She knows she's only allowed to go if someone calls her name. And if the kids come by, they want to play with Moose, they'll come to the top of the driveway. Moose will come check with me first. I say, go play. And she'll go play with the little kids. And the little kids love her. She loves the little kids just as much as they love her. She is a fantastic people dog. And actually, she's a real dog's dog, too. My neighbor over there, Corey, he's got a mutt, a real mutt, a little bit of everything. And she thinks he's her boyfriend. They love each other. They'll chase each other through here, back and forth for hours. Same thing with my other neighbor. Has this black Labrador. They're best friends. And yeah, I'm actually just staying out here to keep cool. I'm probably gonna gather some firewood right in a little bit, but I just it's hot out. I just wanted to come outside, sit outside, let the dog run free for a bit, and vent a little stress. Um, just bad dog owners are bad dog owners. Even a little bit of trust training goes a long way. There are some people like the choke change and all that stuff. I don't believe in punishment training for an animal. I believe in trust training. At first, maybe a treat here and there to get them in the mood to work with you. But I do more just praise and you're a good dog and never once hit that dog, never will hit that dog. And, just praise her, let her know she's loved, and that's enough. That's why whenever I call her, she'll come running. Anything, Emily. Oh, not much, Reed. Just venting a little bit. There's again, my little dog was running around on our land. A guy comes by, lets his very untrained and aggressive pit bull out, and he attacked Moose. Moose is fine, she's fine, but he ran at her because she's a little thing and grabbed her by the scruff and tried to do the shake thing to her. I was outside, so I ran and I grabbed that dog and I got her off of her because she's crying. She got a little bit. She cut her like right here on the neck, and I whipped that dog to the ground, held it down there, and got my dog away from him. Happened on my moose doesn't leave my lot. That's the point. It happened on my lot. She does not. She knows her boundaries. I trained her on very few things. One was come. One is sit and stay, and her boundaries. In fact, I always reinforce the boundaries. We walk the boundaries all the time where she's not allowed to go past, and she does not go past there. If she is to leave the property, like there's some kids that are across from you this way, well, a family, they have kids, and they love moose. Moose is cute, of course. Who couldn't love moose? So they'll come over onto the property. Moose will back up before she starts to play with them, and she will look at me for permission, and I have to say go for it. Then she'll go off the property with them. But even then, when she's playing with the kids, she's with those kids until I call her back. I'm gonna look, Emily. Oh, Emily, thank you. Thank you for thinking I'm handsome. I used to be a lot more handsome back when I had a full head of hair and probably half the weight. But I can't walk as much as I used to. There's a few people in this chat that have saw the old pictures of me when I was like nice big chest, arms like this, ripped. But you can't walk as much as you used to. And you eat horribly because you were poor for a while. I need to do a good shave of the head though. I do appreciate that, Emily. Oh, thank you very much. You're making me blush. Oh, I finally got one. I saw about 20, 30 grouse when I was hunting earlier. I might be able to do a cookout with that. I've got a video coming. I'll have to do a live stream cookout sometime with wild animal, but I did film me letting at the barbecue. I don't know if I can put the cleaning of the grouse on it, but I did get the video of me cleaning the grouse. Literally, cleaning birds are easy if you don't mind getting rid of the skin. It's a single cut at the back of the neck and pull. Uh, Aben skin just comes off very easily, and yeah. I don't know if it's something I can post without getting a content flag. Michigan, yeah, you're gonna have a rough one. Up here is gonna be a pretty bad too. Um, we get nights as low as negative 50 Celsius, which the temperatures start meeting at negative 40 Fahrenheit and Celsius are the same thing, but negative 60 Celsius, I believe, is like negative 60 Fahrenheit, negative 60, negative 70 Fahrenheit. It's cold. Smug, if you can get yourself up here for the winter, and this goes for anybody who needs it, I'm working on a second cabin. The first one is almost built. I'm going to have a second cabin on this plot for anybody who needs a warm place to stay during the winter or a cool place to stay in the summer with power. I've already got the wood burning stove for it, and I've been processing the wood myself. Been harvesting it from the backwoods here, using the sawmill someone brought up to cut it down into planks, and building a small cabin that, again, if you need a place to stay, it's going to be here. It just takes time to build slowly. And same thing up here. This place isn't going anywhere at all, ever. So I want. So I've been doing a little bit of work for the area. Oh, you can email me if you want, Emily, but I don't give my number out because I don't have one. Seriously, I don't. Um, so what we can do here? is this could be a real place for Canadians with disabilities. So up here, there is a horrible trend going on recently. Is people on disability are finding themselves homeless, as in they're getting a government check for like $1,500, $1,505 a month, and they can't afford rent. So they end up living in homeless shelters. I'm thinking, get a second plot here, build 4 to 8 tiny homes on it, and just say, here's a spot for a person with a disability to get them on their feet, and slowly build a community around that. Or people who can't afford traditional apartments will have an alternative like that, a small tiny home for them to live in. Yeah, it's not the same as a city, but there is water here. Food's not that far, and it's just about getting the proper infrastructure and resources. I so I made a little bit of money that is gone for a few essentials. I know how to build. For the last couple of days, I've been going down to the lake. I made friends with the people who owned a cottage on the island, or I think it's a house, but they have the island down at the lake. There's one big island there, and they own it. I met them while they were loading up to go to the island. I helped them load up, and we got talking about the best way to build a tiny home. And I was talking about the metal joists for the flooring. It's a way to hang your flooring without directly screwing the flooring into it, so it just like sits on these metal joists, and you put your stabilizer in between all the way down like you would a regular floor, but it works better for a tiny home. And we got talking, and I helped them for 2 days putting the floor in, and it was fun. Made $200, and I'm happy about that. But I already spent that on essentials and stuff that I needed. Oh, I agree. You need people to talk to, and that's why I think getting a community like that would be good. If I could get the money together, I would start buying up plots here like crazy. Every single plot I see, I would buy, just so I could do that. Eh, I do it more as a charity, not like, okay, I got the tiny home up here. This is your plot. I'd spend the money on the plot. I wouldn't sell the plot. Wouldn't sell the tiny home. I'd say, this is your place here. You don't owe me nothing. This is your place forever. Enjoy. Well, that's the thing is there is a lot of types of homelessness. I was homeless. I was homeless for 17 months. And unfortunately, it's a sad thing to say. A lot of homelessness is directly related to addiction. Addiction causes homelessness, and homelessness causes addiction. It's unfortunate, but true. Like, I've seen a lot of people go down from hitting the streets natural, but sober, all that stuff, and going downhill, hardcore down. Drugs, alcohol, all that sort. Same thing. People with the addiction beforehand lose everything to feed that addiction, and then up on the streets and end up worse. There are cases, I met quite a few of them, and I like to say, such as myself, who stay clean and get off the streets. That's the best way to do it: is don't drink, don't do drugs, get off the streets. But unfortunately, it ain't like that. Homeless life is a scary life, and there is a lot of addiction on the streets. Like Boondock here knows it. He's kept to himself. He's doing the car life thing, and he's keeping himself, not spiraling down into addiction. Oh, hobo. I spent that $200 on a couple things that were needed. One, mostly making so the internet would run properly. The other one was more supplies for the winter. So it's you're saying, oh, it's only what, July, not even August, and I'm prepping for the winter. I take $100 down to the Mennonite store to buy hard preserved meat and other hard preserved items that can keep for unrefrigerated for years. You need a hacksaw. You cut into the thing, let it soak overnight, and then boil it into a stew, and then it becomes a soft, like meaty stew that has a lot of flavor in it. But I'm trying to get as much of that kind of stuff I possibly can for the winter. I'm gonna have to call my dog. She's getting a little bit far. Moosey Moo! Come here, Moose! Come say hi. I'm just wondering where you are. Come show your face, Moosey Moo. Come on, Moose. Come. It's not, unfortunately, improving at all. But I see what's happening over in the States, too. You guys are making homelessness illegal. I don't necessarily disagree with parts of the bill. I do agree that forced treatment is an option, not incarceration. Like if you are homeless and you're found to be addicted to a substance or you're caught with like substances like that, I believe you should be put into a 90-day treatment facility to hopefully get you off of that addiction. No criminal record, nothing like that, but I think you shouldn't have a choice about proper treatment because it gets you back on your feet where you're living a life that you can be proud of, the life you want to live. Well, I don't know the whole thing. I'm not American. But, you also have the other side of the coin is people should be allowed to live the way they want to live. And if they want to pump their body full of drugs, I also think they should be allowed to. So it's a slippery slope. I feel bad. I feel really bad for people with addictions. Fair enough. But uh, how do I put this? No matter what a person has done in their life, no matter where they're at in their life, no matter what bad they've done, what good they've done, I don't think there's a person on this planet that is beyond redemption. I think even the worst of the worst can be redeemed. Sure, they still owe a debt to society for the crimes they may or may not have committed, but I do believe every single human being on this planet is worth redemption. It can be redeemed. I agree with you on that as well. I don't think, and especially in Canada, where we have so much open space, so much land, I don't think there should be a single homeless person in this country. It's, you look at Ontario like this. The majority of Ontario is populated in southern Ontario. 6 million people in one city. And the government here wants to push people from the north down to the south. They want to pack us all in there. That's just not feasible. They should be developing the north, putting in communities such as this, spearheading communities such as that I'm in right now, where you could easily, take an acre, 300 acres of land, divide it up into 1 acre divisions, and put four tiny homes or four, 2-person homes, 3-person homes on it for next to nothing. Keep it off grid. You want solar, or you could even grid it if you want it to. And like do a whole community like this, 300 acres, 4 people per acre. That's 1,200 people with disabilities with a place to live in a tiny home. It would pay for itself because a bed in a homeless shelter, one bed in a homeless shelter each year costs between 50,000 on the low end and 100,000. Between 50 and 100,000 for one bed in a homeless shelter. How many beds does a homeless shelter have? Between 50 and 100. So we'll take Toronto as a baseline where it is $100,000 per bed. $100,000 times 10 is $1 million. Times 100 is $100 million a year to run that homeless shelter. Why? And, in that 100-bed homeless shelter, 25% of them are not addicted, on disability. Yeah. So you take those 25 people out of that homeless shelter, put them on like this, set them up with a tiny home. Well, power, you just got took away 25 beds. You took away $250,000 that could go for something else. And you're saying, "Oh, this will cost more money here." No, it won't. You know that $250,000 goes a long way. $100,000, you can 100 acres of land up here. So you got the land. That other $100,000 can easily put up 50 tiny homes. Then you got those 25 people out of the system forever. You don't need those beds for those 25 people. That's a yearly savings thing. And that's just for 25 beds. You don't do that for 300 beds. You're saving millions of dollars a year. Millions of dollars a year. And you could do simple infrastructure things like having a community outreach officer on site 24 hours a day, like with an office, a proper social worker there, we'll say. They make, what, $80,000 a year around that? Get them their payment and their place to live. That's nothing because it's a one-time investment in the project, right? And maybe a bus line. And that per year, maybe another $50,000 to $100,000. Just even less if you run it 3 times a week to and from town. Exactly, super gang. See, what I find myself doing to get to town when like I hardly go. When one of my neighbors say they're heading to town, they usually come by and say, it's something like that. I'd say, yeah, something like a commune. But when I need to get to town, usually there's a lot of neighbors here that drive. I can't drive. I'll never be allowed to drive a car again because of the seizures and the MS. But you know, they'll give me a ride, or if I really need to get to town, I'll hitchhike. But usually 3, 4 times a week, someone's going to town, and they'll say, "Jump on in if you want to go." I appreciate that, Smug, but you see that again, that's my opinion. And even up here, I want to make it, even if it's just my plot, I want to finish building the cabin I've been working on. But you start getting sidetracked by other projects. Like the guy up the hill, I showed up a few pictures of the place we were building up the hill. We're 90% done. Where the walls are up, the floors are in. He just got to finish the insulation. The rest is his thing to do. But we got the foundation in, we got the floors in, and they're not full walls yet. We just tarped it over where he's going to tarp. He's going to put the siding over the tarping and the insulation in. That's the rest is him. But the structure is done. Floors are in, walls are up, roof is on, and that's what a community can do. Like he came up here with nothing. He came up here living in a tent. And I'll tell you that when I first saw him and his wife, when I first met them, I got out of Aubrey's truck and look at how they're living. They've got their tent over to the right here where they're sleeping, and this tarp structure they're using to stay out of the sun. And I got these flashbacks of being in the woods in the middle of winter. And it's like, oh no, 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 we got to get him something built right away. Well, geothermal would be kind of cool. It's everything I've been building, everything like the small cabin I'm working on now. I haven't spent $1 on it. I don't have the money to build the stuff. So I've been harvesting wood, full on trees. One of the neighbors has a sawmill, throwing it in the sawmill, processing it down into wood planks and putting it up that way. Legit old school building techniques. Actually, Boondock gave me a book that I've been slowly making my way through of lost and old building techniques. That's what I've been going through. Heck, I haven't done that good of a job on some of the wood. You can still see the bark. Uh, but no, that's what I've been doing, and it's taking me longer to do by myself because I can't walk that good. It's MS pains, and I'm watching my dog jump through a field like she's so happy. It's amazing how much nature can provide. Actually, funny that you say something like that. So my goal is to get the cabin, the sides of the cabin built for next week, and the roof on, because I'm not using any insulation whatsoever on it. They're doing some road work. They're doing road work right now on our driveway, and they're struggling to find places to put the clay and the dirt. So, I've already spoken to the person doing the work. He's going to, instead of piling it up at the sides and making an embankment, he's going to take that dirt, put it around the structure, right to the front door. There'll be an open there, and on top of it. So it's going to be like a hobbit hole, we'll call it. And I'll just harvest some of the peat moss and grass, plant it on there, so it'll just look like a hill in the middle of nowhere. That's the plan for the insulation for that structure. And so it does not. I've soaked most of the logs in motor oil, used motor oil, so that'll preserve it forever. The water's not going to pool. So the roof is going to be built sideways, and there's going to be a dome of earth, like a dome like this. It's going to be live grass. The water won't penetrate the wood because it's oiled. And to heat it, all you'll need is a small little wood burning stove that barely needs anything. That thing will keep the heat. It's going to be. I'm asking him to put the clay down first. Done when I'm standing there, I will pack the clay on as he's burying it in earth. Just a wood roof. Just a wood roof. Um, I'm using a wood called tamarack. It's a hard wood, a very hot, hard burning wood, a very hot, heavy, hard burning wood. In fact, it's like I'd say it's only like 3% wood. The rest is like adamantium and what you call it, vibranium. It's a very solid wood. But my goal is to get that done as soon as possible because I talk to people, and there's a person I've been speaking to a lot who's been living in his car in Toronto for a while. A very, very good person, very deeply religious person, and he's scared for this winter. So my goal is to get that one done. Once it's done, tell him to. I'll get him if I gotta find a way to. If I gotta collect cans, gotta go to the city to collect cans. I will to get him the money to get up here, so he's got a place to stay during the winter where he'll be warm and safe. But that's my goal now is to try to help him get off the street. And when that's done, I know he'll probably want to get his own plot up here. I'll help him build this place, whatever it takes. Just being here and being able to do this stuff has really brought my love of building back. I love being outdoors. Heck, I was streaming earlier today, missed almost every shot I took, but trying to get a grouse for lunch. Got one. I missed like 20, but I got one. It only takes one. A grouse is a kind of bird. Look up the specific species that we have up here. It's called the woodcock grouse. I forgot how to do this. But we've got the specific species is the woodcock grouse. There are thousands of them up here. Didn't taste bad either. It does not taste like chicken. It doesn't even taste like duck. It's a dark meat. It tastes like bird. That's all. It tastes like a bird. Not only that, a couple of the neighbors and I are trying to get together. Have already gotten together, and we're applying for our moose tags. Why is my shirtless neighbor walking towards me without a shirt on, very shirtless? You good? Just a second. Thank you. Yeah, no, my shirtless neighbor was walking towards me. He's walked over to my camper. He's just plugging his tools in. I've got power. He does not. Well, he got power. He runs off the generator. I told him, man, just charge your tools on this damn thing. I got the solar. I've got the charging going. It's free. I'm just hanging out with the dog right now. I can see her running, bouncing through the fields. I'll show you where she is. I can see her tail. You might not be able to, but I can. She's right over there. You can see her tail wandering through there, just trying to find something to kill. Because she's a little nightmare. She'll take down snakes, birds, and mice. Super Gang, buying land near a lake is too much money. I am close enough to a lake to say I'm by a lake. It's maybe a 45-minute walk to the lake from here. 10-minute bike ride, but I don't have the e-bike anymore. Well, it's not working. I was riding the e-bike. I had a seizure. I fell off back and bent the tire. I took a really bad tumble on it, and it's the wheel. I bent the back rim really badly. So I could get to. I used to be able to get to and from the lake like it was nothing. Not so much anymore. Northern Ontario human doing human things. Yep, I'd say close enough to Hudson's Bay to say it's really cold. But yeah, no, things are not bad. Life is good. It's nice. You don't get winters down in California. I'm happier than I've been in a long time up here. I'm broke as hell. But, especially up north, you don't need money to have fun. I got a dog that entertains me. She's well fed. She's happy. I'm happy. We all good. Uh, yeah, you don't want to see the tall. You already saw how tall the grass is. I've cut one area of it. I'll leave it naturalized like this, like a really tall field, because I like to attract the birds. I like the deer that come by, well, the moose that come by, and the birds and the snakes and all that stuff. So I'd rather have it long, just for the animals than the habitat. Jeez. I right now it is 25 degrees Celsius, 26 degrees Celsius, which is what in Fahrenheit, like 65, 70? No, 55, 60. Overnight, it's going to drop down to, it said 8 degrees Celsius, which is like 25, 20, 25 Fahrenheit. That's what it's like up here. Goes down to negative 50, 6, 7 feet of snow each snowfall. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, it's 77 right now then. Overnight, we get these really big temperature shifts. So during the daytime, high is like 25, 26, 27, 28. And then the overnight temperature, it plummets. Tonight is 8 degrees, tomorrow's 11, then 12 the day after, then 4 degrees the day after that. So see, I haven't seen any beavers around here. They're around, but I've heard beaver is a nasty eating meat. Muskrat is good. I've had muskrat. I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live in the heat. I actually enjoy the cold weather. I've got MS, and I've noticed I do better in the cold than I do in the hot. I walk better during the winter months. I get around easier during the winter months than I do in the heat. I find the heat, my legs are aching all day. I have more headaches during when it's hot. It just makes it a little bit more unpleasant for me. That's why I'm down on the ground while my dog runs around. I can't wait to see what she's like in the snow. Like I had her playing in the snow when I first got her when she was like this little big. She gotten big. Mentally, I am 10 out of 10. It took a bit to adjust. I'll tell you this. I got up here. Um, when I finally got off the street, my mentally I was at probably the lowest I'd ever been in my life. When I got up here, it improved a lot, but it kind of just staggered a bit because for the first 3 days I was right by the train tracks waiting for someone to move me, and then I got stuck on the driveway for 3 months living on a driveway. That wasn't good for my mental health. Just waiting for to get moved. Just waiting for someone to move me onto my plot. And when I finally got on this plot about 3 months back, it took me about a month and a half, 2 months to adjust. But I don't have the depressive episodes like I used to when I was outside 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't get those bleak moments anymore. I'm 99% positive all the time. Yeah, I have a bad day here and there, but that's normal. I got a grouse, just one. MS can hit anybody. And MS can hit anybody, man. One of my friends on here, Cornish, his best friend lives down the street with from him. He's got MS as well, and just being able to have that communication with another person with it, who's experienced what I'm experiencing, albeit everybody's different with MS, and that helped me out a lot too. They're not. How many pounds is a grouse? No, you're not talking pounds, man. They're about yay big. Pounds, no. Ounces, maybe. Uh, I'd say about the same meat as a quarter pounder for McDonald's. Slingshot. I don't. I'm not good with a slingshot yet. I took 20 shots at 20 different birds and missed 20 birds. I finally got lucky and pinged them right in the head. They're not a big bird. They're not a big bird. They're like, again, like that big. I don't know the weight of them. I don't think I could shoot a dove. They're so pretty. In September, what I'm going to go for is pheasant. We've got a species known as the ring neck pheasant. So they got a white ring around their neck, hence ring neck. And they go between 10 and 15, sometimes 20 pounds. They're not a small bird. And there are hundreds of them up here. And I'll be doing a lot of pheasanting. And I'm hopefully gonna head down fishing tonight. I'm waiting for probably 7 o'clock. See if my buddy wants to go down with me, and probably catch a couple pike. Uh, Honestly, when it comes down to that, like that's all that seems to be in there. Pike after pike after pike after. I've brought up about 15 pike out of that lake that are like at least 30 inches long. Not, they are big fish. I just want one bass. One bass this year, and I'm happy. Oh, this far up north, we don't get turkeys. I can see how the fire ants would do that. Those things are vicious. There's a lot of invasive species in southern Ontario. Um, the new one down there are the bloodworms. That they're toxic. There, you. I know you always come back to see me. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I missed you. You're all muddy and disgusting, but I missed you. She always comes back. Right, Moose? You never not come back. Yeah, they're the Asian bloodworm. Again, they can grow up to like 5 feet long, and they're very toxic. Toronto has an outbreak of them. Mentally, I'm fantastic. Financially, I'm broke. I made $200 the other day. Instantly spent it all for winter supplies. I'm trying to make sure I survive through the winter. Everybody says you make it to town maybe once every 3 weeks during the winter, and it's brutal. You get snowed in a lot. So I bought some hard preserved meats that I'm stocking up for. So yeah, I am financially strapped, but in a good place, you know. And this dog here will never run out of food. You were playing in the mud, weren't you, you little shit? You were playing in the mud, yeah. I know you were. Yeah, she's covered in mud. She's playing in the ditch. Watch this, though. Hey, Moose. Okay, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Moose. 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 Hey, Moose. There you go. That's exact. Pete, yes. Yes. So it's funny. Me and three of the other neighbors were getting a moose tag together. The more people you apply for a moose tag, the more likely you're going to get it. They can be pretty hard to get. You see groups of 10 applying because a group of 10 will get it, no problem. You'll get a tag with a group of 5 people. And we're going to do a moose hunt this October. I'm working on harvesting the wood to build a smokehouse for my share of the meat. But one moose divided by five, those things are like between 700 and 1,400 pounds. It's a lot of meat. A moose here, she is an amazing pupper. Again, She will use a leash if you go to town, but I trust this dog to not be on leash when we're home. She doesn't leave the property. I don't have to. I'll call her. She'll come running, or at least let me know where she is. But she always comes back every so often to tell me she's fine. And same thing when I let her out and I'm go inside like reading a book. She'll go or run around, but every 10 minutes she comes to check back in on me to just let me know she's okay. Oh, me too. And again, all of her training is praise and love and training. Uh, she doesn't know any fancy tricks. She can sit. She can come. She can stay. Oh, she also knows no. Leave it. But, and she knows her boundaries. She doesn't leave the property. Doesn't leave my plot without my permission. That's all she needs to know. Most of the time, she's running around free as she could possibly be because I have trust in her. Go for a run. That's nice, Ethan Smith. Life is fantastic, and my dog just took off running with a ball in her mouth. Oh, she is a fantastic dog. I had not planned on getting her. She kind of just got thrown at me. She's a mutt of a mutt. Nah. One of her parents were a thoroughbred Australian Shepherd, and the other dog, I don't know what he was, but he looked like her. I believe it was a dachshund mixed with poodle, because there's a little bit of poodle in her. Oh, you should. Dogs deserve love. Dogs should be free to run around and be themselves. Well, that I like small to medium sized dogs. They're what I can handle. Well, up here it doesn't need it, and here it's clear. I know she's got the bangs, but the bangs don't go into her eyes. If they get to the point where they're going to go to her down to her eyes, I'll trim them up a bit. But I kind of like the floofiness of her right now. She gets her brushes every single night before bed. Well, that's where most people use their phones as the toilet. I've done it too. Ethan, you cannot swear. It's going to get blocked. But since I'll go ahead and show it there, he's calling me a worthless bum. What you're saying isn't hurting me. I've got a home. I'm mentally well. I'm not coming on to someone's random person's chat to call them names. I hope you have a good day, though. Oh no, I wouldn't say that, man. I'll add there if you want to support the channel. There's a donation link in my bio. I won't say no, but I won't sit here screaming for donations. I tried not to even mention it just because I'm here to talk. I'm just here to do my thing. That's also why I don't use any of the graphics for saying donation total, stuff like that. I'm here to talk. I'm not here to do that. Besides, I'm doing, I get about off of YouTube through the ad revenue. I could be more if I'd posted more videos, but I make about $150 a month off of YouTube. And I do work here and there on the property, which helps keeping me going. Yep. Oh, that dog is spoiled. That dog is absolutely spoiled. And if anything, like, that's where most of my money goes. Whenever I get any kind of money, she gets something too. Like if I go to town to go shopping, I bought the other day when I made my I made an oven, an outdoor hillbilly oven out of an old oil drum. I spent $3 to get myself a freezer pizza with vegetables on it. That was for me. I spent $6 for her on pork chops. I bought two pork chops along with the pizza and roasted the pork chops for her, and that was her dinner on top of her dog food. Okay, Alexander Haywood, I'm not homeless. That's the thing. I'm not homeless. Since we're gonna get all spicy, let's go take a walk. This land is licensed to me. There's my pathway. I know I need to do a lot more long forms. I also have multiple sclerosis, hence the limps and the slow walking and then the and the when I stand up. But he's saying I'm homeless. That's a home right there. That's my home. Tree, my home. See that? Home. I live there. Solar panels, home. My ugly mug. I'm just hanging out back here in the shade. Hot day today. See that tree? It's a young tamarack tree. Oh man, that's a young tamarack tree. They're really good for building with. They're very thick wood. They smell beautiful too. No point in even responding to that. It's the same person that came in earlier. He thinks he's blocked. He doesn't need to know the story. I'd say people like that can think what they want. Doesn't affect me. I'm happier than I've been in for a very long time. Yes, I do have multiple sclerosis. My legs they suck right now. But Northern Ontario, baby. Tornado warnings during the summer and 8 feet of snow during the winter and negative 50. Ah, I know where they're coming from. I know exactly where they're from. They are coming here from that place to being sent by someone to specifically harass me. And I'm not even going to say this person's YouTube channel's name that is doing this because it'll just, it might promote someone and they go looking for him. And it's not worth my time. That's all I gotta say. It's there's I'm trying to be. Oh, they're fine. Hey, warrior. There is a YouTuber, if they can call him that, who is dude. He's out of his freaking mind, living in a world of alcohol fueled psychosis. And yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to send his little crew to harass, and they think they're gonna hurt me. Man, nothing you say can hurt me. I've been called worse by my ex-wife. I went through hell because of her. Ain't nothing you can say that's gonna hurt me. Oh, Leadhead, you should come up here. I know you're very interested in Bigfoot. You should come up here sometime because there have been sightings of a very large bipedal animal in the woods. So you could do a in search of Sam Squanch video. Do that. Yeah, use Bubbles' name for your YouTube channel for Sasquatch. Sam Squanch. In search of Sam Squanch. Where exactly? Well, I'm not giving you the address, but if you look up the closest town to me, and I'm not that close, if I was to walk to town, you're talking 4 to 5 hours to walk to it, is Cochrane, Ontario. Cochurne, Ontario. That's the closest. I ain't giving out addresses, though. That's the thing is one of the reasons why. No, it's foolish to let people have your address. That's why I'm hesitant to even have a PO box. I've got a mailbox. I can accept mail, but I'm not going to be making that public information. For a trick? What do you mean a trick? I'm not allowed to drive if you're talking about a truck. If you're talking about a trick, as in what sex workers call their customers, I don't need one of those either. I'm good, just living my life. It's the same thing with the other one. Is there was a person in here earlier named Emily. Now I might be wrong, Emily. If you're still here, I apologize if I am, but feels awfully like that could be someone from that same person's group trying to catfish me so they can get my phone number and information. But I don't have a phone number. Trike. Like a pedal powered one? Those are 3 grand. It's funny that you talk about that. So, I didn't have the money at the time, so I didn't message him fast enough. But I'm working on saving up some money now to buy myself an ATV. There was one from 2014 that runs great, 3,000 kilometers on it for $500 for sale yesterday. It was sold in a matter of 10 minutes of the posting, and I couldn't message the guy because I didn't have the money. But up here, you get a lot of good deals like that, and that'd be kind of cool to buzz around the area up here because it's all crown land, private roads. I'd be allowed to do that. Now, one thing I will tell you though is I've learned a lot of caution on the internet to be very suspicious of everything since the incident. Some people know it, but when I was still in Toronto, I met up with a person that I had met on YouTube and Discord, and I really regretted it because the dude bloody comes with a knife like this big, full on machete, very sharp, or a Bowie knife, something like that. It was huge. And he turned out to be a raging alcoholic and addict of substances. And I don't need that in my life. And there was a lot of craziness involved with that. But so that whole experience was good for me because it got me out of Toronto. Literally, when that started happening, I was like, ah, fuck it, I'm out of Toronto. And that led me to be getting the job in Sudbury, which eventually led me here. So, everything is related, I guess. but it is such a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful day. Oh, Moose! Come on, Moose! Time to check in. Come see me. Come on, Moosey Moo! Just calling the dog. Making. Yep, I see her. She's just slowly coming at her own pace. Oh. Life is beautiful. But, anyways. Oh, you're more than welcome to come up. In fact, I say that to. I want to get more established before I start having visitors. I want to have a place for them to sleep. Because this is not the kind of place you tent camp. There are wolves. I had a bear outside my camper the other day, right at the back. Moose was just like at the window with their face smushed up against it, going roof. So I opened the window, took a look out. There's a bear just sitting on the burnt out ground behind the trailer where I had started building a camp, just staring, just doing his own thing. So we got bears and wolves up here, and yeah, this ain't a place you tent camp. That's another reason why I want to get 2 to 3 cabins up. Once I'm established, then I can start inviting people up. And that's like the main goal is to be able to have people up whenever someone asks. But hey guys, I'm going to call it a day. Get the dog. Go get some water. I can do what I pretty much I want to, but I kind of like my spot right in the bush with the tall grass surrounding it. It kind of blends in. I like it looking natural, like there's no one even there. I like blending in. I don't think I do too many modifications to the property. Like I want the wildlife. I just be very very cautious about it. So I'm heading in. After this little bugger gets here, there she is again. See, she always comes. Never fails to come back home. Never fail. You're soaking wet. You little shit. Were you swimming in the creek? Did you go run to this creek again? I'm not impressed. You stink. Thank you very much. Oh, she stink. So I'm gonna head out now. If you want to help support the channel and everything, every dollar counts for me. There is a donation link in my bio. Not necessary. I'm doing okay, but every dollar helps for more winter supplies. I love you all. You guys take care. Me and Moose are heading in. Take care. Bye bye.